Hello, welcome back to Bookend Gaming. It's Tuesday.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome, friends.
There's people? No one's here. Come on. Wait, yes, there is. It's Tuesday.
I just imagine we're like up on a stage, like Paper Mario style.
Oh, yeah.
Playing our
they're
games.
just chucking things at us as we try to record.
Yeah, that's rude.
Sometimes they're helpful. It depends on how much you've pleased the crowd.
That's true.
So they're never helpful for us. So before we start this, we always do these little preamble things.
I guess.
And I've got one that I need to talk about.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble.
It's not me.
Talking to our audience.
Oh, okay. No, Pepsi Company is in trouble.
Sure.
Because they need to chill out with this Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah, right.
You're currently drinking a Mountain Dew gingerbread.
I am.
It's disgusting.
It's gingerbread snapped.
It's gross.
It's not very good.
I hate it. I tried one. They're gross.
The other one, I like the apple one.
I never tried the apple one.
It's good.
The Voodoo was good.
Voodoo was good.
There's too many Mountain Dews.
There are a lot of Mountain Dews.
There's too many. Like, I have a Voltage, and I've got a Live Wire that I bought. Because I always get drinks, but I was, like, looking at all the drinks, and there's so many now.
I never get their original anymore.
I don't either. I haven't had original Mountain Dew in years. But it's just that gingerbread one. I tried one, and it is disgusting, and they've just gone too far. And I was looking up, like, I was thinking about that, and I was looking up different Mountain Dew flavors.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a Flaming Hot Mountain Dew?
Oh, I don't want to try that one.
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Oh, God,
Dew.
it's not even like cinnamon?
No, it's like, it's the flavoring for Flaming Hot Cheetos.
That's awful.
It's so gross. But Pepsi.
There was a Pitch Black 2, and that one was my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. That one actually, I guess, came out for Halloween, and then they kept it around.
I wish they would bring back Pitch Black, because I love that one.
I think it still exists in Canada or something. But my point is...
I'm moving to...
You're moving to Canada? That's
Yes.
the point? No, my point is that they need to stop. And if they want to contact me, Mountain Dew, get a hold of me, because I need to have some words with you. Because gingerbread and Mountain Dew is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Don't ever do it again. There are so many other holiday flavors you could do.
Candy cane.
Yeah, candy cane would be fine. Don't do eggnog, please.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't do it.
Turkey flavored.
You need... Oh God. Just bouillon cubes
Yeah.
floating in a Mountain Dew. I just had to get that out.
Okay.
It's...
Yeah, I'm not going to buy it ever again.
No, it's gross.
It's okay.
I got one of the 20-ounce bottles before work one day, and I drank it, but it was hard to get down. It was disgusting. So don't do it. I didn't want to try the apple one, though.
Yeah, that one's good. It's at Kroger only.
Screw you, Mountain Dew. I'm not doing it now, because I'm not going to Kroger.
Stupid exclusives.
God,
ruining
Mountain
our
Dew.
drinks.
I need you to get in contact with me, and I'm going to talk to you, and we're going to cull a bunch of your flavors and just keep the essentials.
Right.
Because all the other ones
We
need
need a cut list.
Yeah, that's a bad time. Okay, sorry.
This episode brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Yeah. They're better. All right. Jesus, it's gross, okay? I've seen you drinking it all day, and I'm just like, I have to say something. When can I say something? It's like, this is the time to do it.
I had an RC Cola as well.
Ew. Also gross, but whatever. That's you.
I like RC.
I don't know why. RC Cola, for some reason, always just reminds me of, like, this is like Coke, but we were too lazy to figure it out. It's just like weird default cola. I don't know.
It's Royal Cola.
I'm a soda snob.
Oh, okay.
Don't at me. All right, sorry. I gotta calm down before I get in the mood. All right. Blinking heavily and obviously still dazed.
Right into it.
Do what?
We didn't even do a recap of this.
Oh, I know.
You just went right to your rant.
I was just yelling about Mountain Dew. Yeah, we're
about to go to the beach party.
That's right, beach episode. That'll make me better. Let's get some Mountain Dew and head to the beach.
It's going to take forever to get there, though.
Probably. I don't know. Kata was pretty good about that kind of thing.
Bring the pink Mountain Dew.
I don't remember there being a pink Mountain Dew.
It's watermelon.
Oh, that one was good. I like that one. That's pretty good.
Major melon.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one. That one can survive. Mainly, I just have a beef with gingerbread. Blinking heavily, and obviously still dazed, she picks herself up a little and groggily glances around while still half asleep. It's only after scanning the room that she catches sight of my legs. Following them up to my gently grinning face. Where's the rest of your body? She's just a face on top of legs.
Here's Mike Wazowski.
She simply turns to look out the window as I'd been before. Maybe she's still disoriented from her sleeping, apathetic towards my presence, or simply has nothing to say. In any case, she doesn't bother to say a word as she gazes at the bright summer scene outside, head resting in her hand as always. I should be annoyed with her apathy for my sticking around here for her sake, but I can't even pretend to be. Maybe this is what it's like to be a doting parent, forgiving their daughter's impoliteness as lovable quirks. The more simpler answer is that I'm just used to being treated like this by her.
Friendly?
Yeah, I mean, what, she gotta, like, go out of her way to be like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
She's, like, groggy. I wonder what she'll do with her life. Suzu's terribly shy, but that isn't unheard of. It's not like she's anywhere near Ikazawa's level. She's never expressed any kind of ambition, though. Nor does she have any particular talents beyond a good work ethic.
I can sleep real good.
You know how I'm coming over to your place for the holidays, right?
You are?
No? Did you just invite yourself?
Yeah. Yes?
I kinda invited Hisao.
You did what?
Suzu just sighs. She briefly turns back to check my reaction before going to looking outside. I can't even read her expression like this.
She turned 45 degrees to the right. I guess it's fine.
Yay! It'll be great, I promise. He's a cool dude.
Is that really why you invited him? Are you sure it's not because you want the D?
How do you mean?
He doesn't like being pitied. Nobody does.
She really knows how to put me in my place sometimes. Is it really that bad to try and do the right thing by someone, though? I just want to make him happy, just like I want Suzu, Haru, and Yukio to be happy. That's normal for friends, right? Don't worry about it. Summer holidays are for relaxing, remember? We should make the most of them while they last.
While they last.
I'm dying. I see now. She's been pondering the same things I have. It pains me a little how I can't give her any advice on the matter. If I could find any answers, I'd give them.
I'd sleep through it anyways.
All I could do is stay beside her as I've always done. Given that she stayed at my side all this time, she must think the same.
Whoa, jeez.
We were close to the end of that. We should have just
Yeah.
ended it. Whatever. I give a quick nod to a passing first-year girl. It's kind of cute. As I make my way back to the geometry room, my hand occupied by a soft drink can. She returns the greeting as we pass, her eyes momentarily lingering on the arms bared by my tank top before we pass each other. At least that's one thing I can be proud of, my tank top.
Your tank top. It's really nice.
I got nice hair arms.
It's Gucci.
It just says Gucci on the front. It's a Bush Cheney.
Yeah.
Another girl stands not far from my room.
No, it's Gore Lieberman.
Oh my god. They're gonna fight. Leaning against the wall and tapping away frantically on her phone. Might as well not existed for all this attention she gives me as I pass by her and enter my dorm room, closing the door with a push from my foot.
A foot push, you might call it.
The bed gives a soft thump as I fall onto it, sitting up and opening the can afterwards. It's all shaken up. It's a Mountain Dew gingerbread.
It's only all right.
Yeah, it's got a weird aftertaste.
About 12 of them, so I got a drink.
Oh god, yeah. That's why I'm glad I just bought the bottle, because it's just the one.
I was like, this is probably going to be good.
They're usually okay.
They're fine. I don't mind them, but I'm never going to buy it again.
No,
now.
it's gross. I try to focus on things I need to do, such as packing a bag for my outing to Suzu's, but I can't get my mind off what I was pondering earlier. Clubs. Nothing lasts forever. If I've learned anything in my life, that'd be it. It's not inherently a good or bad thing, it just is. Might as well ask why winters are cold and summers are hot.
Well, why are they?
Because you're in the northern hemisphere. I give the upturned cardboard box in the center of my room, a makeshift table that ended up just the right size for the job, a kick out of boredom. My aging phone falls off with a clunk, but I'm hardly worried. Thing's practically indestructible, which has been proven many times over. It's a Nokia. Some of us will go on to great universities, others to menial jobs, and a few will go into family businesses. Most of the students here have long stories ahead of them, of which high school was but one small chapter. For me, graduation is as final as the period at the end of a sentence.
So
she's just not going to do anything?
Right. Figure it out someday.
You're right. They might not say it, but I suspect the same thing has run through the minds of Suzu and Hisao. Yukio and Haru have their futures planned out, as a politician and a baker respectively. The other two, not so much.
He's going to be a politician? Oh, dear Lord.
Who? Oh, the
Popular boy.
Guy? Well, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he be? Hang on, I take a drink. See, I'm drinking a Red Bull. That's normal.
She's talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm not used to being the narrator. But I'm sure they'll both be fine. They're both good people and know how to work hard once their hearts are set to a task. I had my shot and I blew it. I blew up my hand with a firework. Eventually, our carefree days will end. These summer holidays will be our last distraction from the looming future.
She's going to have a flashback when she's holding a Roman candle.
Right? Oh, God!
Oh, man.
This school year went by real quick. A sudden ring breaks me from my thoughts. Setting the can on the corner of my desk, I hurriedly got off the bed and scavenged a noisy phone from the floor as it skitters about vibrating away. The number on the display is instantly recognizable.
Phone.
Hi, Dad.
It's my dad.
My dad! I always feel like I'm on the tenterhooks when I talk to him like this. Not at all when I'm talking to him face to face. Something about yakking away on to a disembodied voice always puts me off. His deep voice is warm and boisterous as always, and entirely too loud for what's appropriate over the phone.
Gotta do a low
Southern accent?
Yeah.
Yep.
Miki, what'd I tell you about calling me sometimes?
Goofy? I know. Just been busy.
Yeah, exams, right? I hope you've done better than last year's effort.
So what's going on? Yeah, real smooth. Bet he didn't catch that diversion at all.
I caught your diversion.
Thankfully, he just grumbles a bit before moving on. I'll get an earful once the results come in, no doubt.
Just wondering if you wanted to come up here. Finally got some of the rooms cleared, so we actually have some space if you want to bring anyone.
Thinking back, a good half of the house has tended to be a complete mess. Since we never used the rooms, they ended up filled with this and that. Rarely ever got dusted, let alone properly organized.
Don't bring that sloth girl again.
A summer at home. I've already made arrangements with Suzu, but I could probably twist her arm into coming with me. Same goes for Hisao. No, the beach!
We'll never get there.
It's been so long since I've been there. Simply no point, really. It's quite some way from here to travel, and beyond my father, there was nobody me to play with. If I had Hisao and Suzu for company, though, it might not be so boring.
Play with them.
But I'd agree to go to Suzu's, which has always been a fun experience. An opportunity to show Hisao the country, though. Oh, we need to save, because this is going to be...
This is a important decision.
Yeah.
I gotta... Hold on.
Because we're definitely doing both routes.
Yeah, right. Of course. Okay.
I already know my choice, but I'll talk to you about it, I guess.
How do I get out of here?
I don't know. Return.
Return. It's
return quit.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you can't.
I can't click
return.
return.
Oh, no.
I mean, I guess.
Just go to load and load the save you just made.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Maybe if we made it full screen, it wouldn't be that way. Probably.
Yeah, it's a little jank.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're good.
Okay, so what are we? We're agreeing to go back home to her house
Dad's,
or going to Suzu's?
Or going to Suzu's, yeah. What do you think?
I think... Which one has the beach? Suzu's?
Suzu's. That was the reason for my choice,
the
too.
top one, then.
I wanted the beach. Yeah, that's the choice.
Okay.
That's what we're going with. As much as the idea may tempt me, I told Suzu that I'd stay with her family. I kind of already promised Suzuki I'd stay with her. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Long as you're spending the time with someone, it's fine. Drop around at some point, though. It's been too long since I've seen you.
He's like, oh, thank God she's not showing up. I will, don't worry. I'll give you a call later, okay?
Seems like an okay dad.
Thanks, Dad. My dad.
My dad! Just take it easy, Miki. I love you.
I know, I love you too. I hate saying that over the phone. I don't love my phone.
Well, then go see your dad.
I like how you say it, Dad.
Dad.
It's not Dad, it's Dad.
And your exam result had better be better than you last ones. You hear me?
Then you last ones. All that can be heard afterwards is the phone's beeping.
Sorry, I'm...
Son of a bitch.
How do you hang this thing up? It's your dad, by the way.
Look, I found some funny memes. This cat says, Icon has cheeseburger.
It's hilarious because I also want cheeseburger.
Acts 2 Suzu. I guess we got the Suzu
Did we?
route.
That's the option?
I guess.
That's the choice?
The other one must be to bring Hisao to your house and maybe Suzu doesn't come along.
Well, okay.
All right. Well, good, because I wanted the Suzu route first.
Did you?
Yeah.
It don't matter which one we get first.
How dare you, sir? The class is over for the day and most club activities winding up for the semester. The long process of pre-holiday cleanup has begun, with most of the track club members having fled using various terrible excuses. Half dozen of us are left to finish the job.
There doesn't really seem to be any romantic stuff going on between them.
It's all gonna just happen at the beach.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
Sorry. I'm playing with a controller.
Yeah,
so
it's different. We're not used to it. That said, we made good progress, even with the reduced manpower. A couple of students are dedicated to organizing the mess in the storage shed. Mm-hmm. And another...
Oh, there's a mess in the storage shed.
Yeah. And it smells like lemons in here. And another to fossicking around for litter.
What?
Equipment collection duty ended up assigned to Hisao, Haru, and I, though, and I can't remember agreeing to it.
Chalk that up on words that you've said for the first time in your life.
Yeah, fossicking.
Fossicking.
I'm hilarious.
Look, I'm one of those zombies from that game.
I'm like a sorcerer supreme or something, going through the multiverse. I mean, Haru, stop being a moron.
Kids these days just don't understand good fashion. It's Gucci, bitch.
Takes a marker, writes Gucci on it. He reluctantly plucks the large orange cone off his head after pouting a little, stacking it on top of the others before picking him up and heading for the shed. Oh, what are you doing here? Satisfied that he's pulling his weight, I reach down to grab another running block off the track. It's dull work, but the sooner we get it done, the sooner we can leave. With Hisao being so uptight, I'm surprised he didn't call Haru out. Writing myself and slipping the block into the bundle held in the crook of my other arm, glance around to check what he's up to. I'd expected him to be distracted with his own work, but instead he stands a good few yards away bouncing a soccer ball he's found on his head. Doesn't look half bad at it either.
Do you find it on his head, or?
Occasionally, he tilts his head this way or that, sometimes bouncing the ball on his shoulder or foot, but it never seems to need much concentration to do so. Rather than yell at him to cut it out, I decided to let him be for some reason, and I don't remember because he clicked.
I didn't click.
Oh.
Suzu
She
interrupting
interrupted
people
me.
again.
How dare you?
He's enjoying himself.
Whoa! I nearly dropped my whole bundle in startlement. Oh, I'm so startlement.
Startlement. Fossicking around over here.
At the voice suddenly piping up to my right.
Hello.
The girl simply stands there looking at Hisao with her usual disinterested face, barely acknowledging the jump she's given me. Wait, has she been waiting until I was alone to approach me? Her timing sure feels coincidental. What's up?
Just bored. I see you're keeping yourself busy.
There was something I wanted to tell you, though. Dad invited me home to spend the holidays.
Your dad?
Is he hot?
Are you going?
I just shrug. It might have been funny to see how Hisao dealt with country life, but nah.
It's not like you to pass up a chance to tease him.
Oh no, I've been caught out.
That's right, I caught you out.
I'm gonna cut you out. But seriously, I like going to your place. It's our last summer holiday together, so I wanted to spend it with you and your family.
So is Hisao not coming to this
I
then?
don't know, maybe not.
He must not come.
Though that brings the question of what I'll do afterwards. I'm sure as hell not taking up the family business, but I'd get eaten alive trying to enter any of the bigger universities. Suzu's marks might not be fantastic, but she's bullheaded enough to have a good chance at the exams. Hisao, well, he'd probably do fine no matter which university he tried for. The boy himself finally notices our staring, dropping the soccer ball and kicking it towards the shed before walking over.
Goal! Hey, Suzu.
I meant to drop that.
Yeah. I can take some of those if you need a rest.
Come on, who do you take me for?
No response.
Awkward.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
All right.
That definitely skipped a whole bunch. Keep going back.
You think?
Yeah, go back again.
Weird.
Yeah. Keep going. What?
Holy crap. That skipped a crap ton.
Yeah, it did. Keep going. No, you're going forward.
All right, hold
We
on.
need a minute.
Pause the
Pause
episode.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Now,
That
hold
was
on.
weird. It skipped like a whole scene.
There. Okay.
Okay, I reach beside me and firmly grab Suzu's blouse, hand gripping the back of the neck. With a slight grunt, I pull my arm upward, the slight girl following. The act is made a little harder than usual thanks to her being beside me, but I managed to get her a good couple of inches off the ground, her feet hovering in the air. Being a little short and having no muscle to speak of, her low weight makes Suzu easier to manhandle than some weights I use.
That's hot.
Her head just hangs drearily, with no effort on her behalf to try and escape from my grasp. Given the difference in our strengths, even with one of my arms occupied, she knows all it'd do is to make this look more ridiculous. See, still good to go.
Are you really okay with her doing this to you, Suzu?
Don't stop.
More than you know.
I mean,
You get used to it.
Hisao just sighs. If she really didn't like it, I'm sure she'd say so. Perhaps she enjoys being my plaything from time to time, given that it's one of the few things we can do together. That might be wishful thinking, though.
oh, she suddenly likes her because we clicked on
just
something.
for a reason. Haru emerges from the shed and begins to head over, with Suzu beginning to swing her legs as he does. Taking my cue, I gently lower her back down to the ground. Other than adjusting her uniform back to her liking, she doesn't seem perturbed.
It's just like a doll.
Yeah.
You going off at me about not working, and here you lot are horsing around.
He's not very good at feigning frustration, but that's more due to his personality than ability in acting. He's the type that's hard to imagine being angry, or even particularly serious, towards anyone.
Fine. I'm going. Miki?
Yeah.
I have business with her.
Suzu's sharp rebuke takes us all off guard. It's odd to hear such an authoritative tone out of her.
I was supposed to be more authoritative.
Shrugging in deference to her instructions, I pass a bundle of running blocks to Hisao before leaving with her. Neither of the two seem to mind as they get back to work with the others. A mighty yawn rings out as we descend down the hill into town. Jesus, you scared me! A good stretch, loosen up my muscles a bit.
She's so super quiet, but then she yawns like a bear.
I've known someone who yawned like that.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. Like, they're like, you can't yawn without making a noise. So anytime he'd yawn, he'd go,
Yeah, right.
I was like, oh my god, stop, please.
Tired?
Just bored as shit. Thanks for bailing me out there.
You only agreed to get out of work, didn't you?
Duh.
You have the worst work ethic.
At least I'm not a terrible person like you are.
I will kill you. Where did that come from?
I was thinking about what you said about Hisao, how I only invited him out of pity.
Isn't it true?
No, and I think that the fact you think so says more about you than me. You gotta stop being so cynical about people. Sometimes others do have their fellow man's best interest in mind. Maybe this kind of thing's why you don't get more people hanging around you. That's why you don't have friends, 'cause you suck. Rather than protesting the point, she simply sighs and turns away. I don't really get it. She usually doesn't mind when I take a harsh tone with her. That said, I'm not willing to retreat from the point either. After we graduate, she ain't going to be able to rely on my company. Hisao was a first good step out of her comfort zone, but that isn't enough.
About to ruin that anyways.
Right?
Every time it flashes like that,
I'm worried it's like skipping or something.
Skip something, yeah.
With a deep bow, Yuko takes her leave after setting down our drinks. Coffee for me and a tea for Suzu. After the conversation, there wasn't really much for us to say to each other, the rest of the walk down being in silence. Usually it's her who speaks first. Or falls asleep.
Unusually.
Oh, unusually. Sorry. I still got the voice. I can't stop.
Do you really think I'm a bad person?
So she was dwelling on that comment. I suppose it is normal to be wounded by such a comment. Don't look at me like that.
I look at everyone like this.
Look, maybe I was using a little bit of hyperbole. I like hanging out with you. Don't get me wrong, but you have to learn to trust others.
Yeah.
I got used to Hisao.
That's good, but you need to do more. Be more proactive. Put yourself out there.
You make it sound so easy.
It is. People aren't hard. It's like a snowball. Once you talk to a couple of new people,
Snowballs are hard.
there's ice in there. You get more used to it and strike up conservation.
Oh, okay.
Conservation with a few others. You go work at a national park. And then the personifications of those national parks appear. Keep that going, you'll be fine with talking to whoever you bump into.
Like Emmy, just run into people.
Right. Don't honk at me. There's a whole world of people out there, Suzu. So what if you had to deal with a few assholes? Just move on and change the crowd you hang with.
What if I'm fine with assholes? The crowd that I have now.
Struck out by her monotone reply, I fall back and scratch my head and try to work out a new approach.
Yeah, having one friend works.
Yeah, that's
people.
all you need. Jerk game. We really are two totally different people. She knows Hisao and she knows me. Two people. 1, 2. How can anyone be happy with that number of friends? Screw you. How can you just shut yourself off from a whole world of other new and interesting people? Each with their own life story, interest, and personalities.
I'm with Susie. 2's enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough. That's a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
Introverts are weird. Time and time again, this girl reminds me of that fact. Exasperated, I throw my hand up in surrender and let it fall on the table. Ow. That's how I lost my first hand. So what's up anyway? It's not like you to grab me out of the blue. I mean, is she like instantly just like, I love you?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
She's being like all shy, and she moves to speak but quickly brings her hand to her mouth in order to more carefully consider her words. Wonder if she's picking that habit up from Hisao. Before long, she places both hands in her lap, forces out what she wants to say.
You might have helped me find words for this. You said I should be more proactive, right?
Oh my god. Oh, she's gonna suggest something? I quickly lean forwards in interest, but her upper body moves back as far as my face has moved forward.
Don't touch my boobs.
As if I'd stolen the words from her lips, she suddenly goes silent once more.
No, you moved.
Come on, what is it? Tell me. Tell me.
You're like a child.
I grin in full agreement. All it does is make her quickly turn away. Something's with her today.
Just put your arms out in front of you. Or arm.
Without any reason not to, I obediently do as she asks. My hand lies palm down on the table, with my stump laying beside it. Probably feel a bit antsy about people staring like this, if there were anyone hovering around. Okay, now...
Now close your eyes.
What?
Just do it.
Thank you. She's starting to look flustered. Given what she's telling me to do, shouldn't I be the one feeling put off? Regardless, I give a sigh and close my eyelids. I fall asleep. She's not the type to pull magic tricks, nor the type to do a dumb prank, so all I can do is wait for whatever's coming in darkness. Seconds passed. The Shanghai's pretty quiet today now that I think about it. A long, shaky breath comes from before me. One hand presses to the top of my own, and the tips of her other fingers settle on my stump.
Don't make me regret this.
Regret what? What's she planning?
Well,
My eyes flash open in shock as realization dawns on me, but it's far too late.
Oh, all right.
Yeah! Wow, just instantly into this. A set of lips pressed to mine, soft and trembling. Suzu's body cranes over to the table to reach me, her own eyes closed as she presses her mouth to mine.
I'm pretty sure that's that artist.
What artist?
The Artil. That
Oh,
we use some of their art for
we
the
use
thumbnails
the-
sometimes.
Yeah, oh, cool.
That looks like their art, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it is.
All I can do is close my eyes in response. That's cool. If that is actually who it is. My heart stops. Everything around us falls away. Even my feelings of shock and startlement seem to disappear. My mind is emptied, save for the feeling of those lips pressed to mine. I don't know what I'm supposed to say or what to do. All I know is that the life I know we had led until just a few minutes ago has disappeared forever.
Okay, then. I mean, that was just
Wow.
literally right into it.
Yeah, we're just... I'm okay. She moves quick.
There didn't even really seem to be like a...
There was no, like...
I mean, I guess Suzu could have liked her all that time.
Yeah, and just was hiding the fact, but she seemed really into Hisao there for a little bit. I wonder how long it's been since Suzu missed a class. At least a good few months, I think. Carefully scheduled naps, along with her meds, allowed her to drag her feet to class every morning. Even if she sometimes doesn't quite last out the whole day, she makes damn sure she's at least present and accounted for. But that's Suzu all over. She tries hard at every little thing she does. I've no doubt that it makes me look a lot worse in comparison, though to be fair, I've been skipping class pretty rarely in the last year. Mutao drones on yet another lecture, but even as we scrawl in our notebooks, it's obvious people's minds are elsewhere. It's the last day of the semester after all. Can't help but glance over at the empty desk beside mine every now and again, as if she might suddenly be there the next time I look. She's been in...
She's just asleep under the desk. Oh, she is there.
Why she's missing is hardly a mystery. I get a knot in my stomach just thinking about how it happened, and it must no doubt be much worse for her. Suzu might be stubborn as a mule, but even she has a breaking point.
And she started it.
Right. I barely even register the bell signal and the start of lunch, only beginning to shuffle out of the classroom as I see the other students moving past me. Filing into the hallway with those who'd rather escape the stuffy room rather than chat. Too many rathers. And eat at their desks. The thought of what I should eat floats vaguely into my mind. Bread, I suppose. Cheap, and I could easily force it down.
I want some bread.
A hand grabs my shoulder, gentle but firm. I turn to face its owner, but I know who it is without even looking.
It's just a hand. Hey.
His expression, a thoughtful but carefully rehearsed cheerfulness, is the norm for him. It drops the moment he sees my face. The dots all too easy to connect.
You're a lesbian.
What?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, I just didn't get much sleep last night. I scrunch up my face and pinch the bridge of my nose, trying to pull myself together. This is the result of just one night's bad sleeping. Can't imagine the kind of sleep deprivation Suzu must feel every day.
It's got like that sad music playing.
I know.
Like what happened?
Did she die? As I look back at Hisao, I can see he wants to say something but doesn't quite have the will to do so. He's a nice enough person, but the way he so often visibly thinks things over before speaking irritates me. Me too.
Never say no to your dad again.
What is it?
Come with me if you want to live.
Something's wrong. The cafeteria is humming with activity already, but the two of us thankfully managed to score a free table by getting in before the rush. While Hisao farts around getting food for the both of us, I try to work
I just read the first 3 words.
just sitting there letting out a slow stream. I try to work out what he knows and what he doesn't. I wouldn't call him an idiot, but Hisao isn't particularly sharp when it comes to others. That said, he and Suzu have been around each other a fair bit lately. Not that she's the talkative type anyway, even with her friends.
Just like holds up his phone. Like, Suzu updated her MySpace profile.
Yeah. He's already put it, it's complicated. Oh, God.
I clicked.
He's far from the assertive type, too, yet dragged me here of his own accord. There's no doubt about it. The way Hisao's acting today is out of character. I shouldn't be so immediately suspicious, but...
Here.
Bread. He set the juice box and a large piece of bread
a
in
juke box?
on the table in front of me, mangling the thin plastic before finally getting it open with my hand and teeth as he takes a seat. I shovel the bland tasting bread into my mouth for simple nourishment. Hadn't realized just how hungry I'd gotten. Food almost evaporated as I take mouthful after mouthful. Looking to Hisao, he stopped as he was about to start on his own, instead opting to watch me pigging out. Whether it's in amusement or startlement, I can't say.
You really like bread, huh?
I rip off a large chunk of bread before forcefully swallowing it, and setting the rest down, my curiosity getting the better of my hunger. So what'd you drag me all the way here for?
To give you bread. I like to watch you eat bread. Is that weird? I was just wondering if you knew why Suzu wasn't in class today, and why you're in such a state now that I've seen you.
I take a long breath as I think back to when it all happened. I have to tell him, as much for my sake as his.
Do you, though?
I quickly glance around me to make sure nobody's listening in. I killed her. Can you promise not to tell anybody about this?
I promise.
Anyone would say that. I believe Hisao more than most, though.
Actually, I don't.
Yeah. Suzu confessed to me yesterday. About what?
Yeah.
He lets out a long, drawn-out breath, almost seeming to deflate as he sits back and stares at the table ahead of him. Takes him a while to formulate a response beyond scratching the back of his head. Can't blame him.
I wouldn't have picked it. The fact that she...
How dare she not pick me? Yeah, I didn't know either. We both sit in silence for a bit to mull over our interactions with her. Sure, she never came out to either of us, but she's a private person about practically everything. She's distrustful of others, too, though not without reason.
He just stands up. All right, I'm going to the student council room.
Yeah. Who's my backup plan? I need to load a save. Hang on.
Yeah.
It's impossible to work out whether she was dropping hints or actively trying to hide it, let alone whether she was hiding it because she feared our reactions, was worried about word getting out, or was simply confused herself.
He liked Suzu, and Miki was his backup, and it's like, all right, well, this sucks.
Son of a... where's Haru? In any case, she
Something's wrong.
Finally, something's right. In any case, she never told me, and obviously didn't tell Hisao. She doesn't talk with anybody beyond us, so the next question is, how long did she keep this bottled up inside her? Hisao's the first to speak, breaking my train of thought.
That's hot. I mean, how did you react?
Did you take any pictures, or... I guess I didn't.
Huh?
I just mumbled how we should get back to school, and the two of us walked back. That's all that happened.
Miki...
I was confused, alright? I had no idea what was blood.
Hisao quickly waves his hand downward to make me lower my volume. I quickly do so.
Well, that was... what?
There's a lot of just cutting off
Yeah,
in
I
this.
didn't even know she liked girls, man. We've been friends for over a year, and I never had a bloody clue. I thought things were going well, and now everything's completely messed up. Here I was thinking I managed to keep my emotions under control, but even as I speak, I can feel a lump forming in my throat. It's one thing to mull all this over in my head, but saying it to someone else is a lot harder. What am I meant to do?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. You do need to answer her, at least.
She touched my stump, and it was weird.
Do you like her back? YN.
Did she give you a note at least?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but are you scared of giving her an answer because you're confused about your feelings, or because you don't want to hurt Suzu by rejecting her?
The first.
I forgot what I said. What was the first?
He gives a nod, satisfied with the answer.
I guess being the same gender does make that harder. It's not really a position I'd want to be in. Haru's like, oh.
Dang it. Something's wrong.
With my heart.
Not really like that. How should I put this? There's a difference between getting off on that kind of stuff and a relationship.
I mean, well, yes.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I like looking at girls as well as guys. I can appreciate a girl's body, you know, but that's pretty different to this. I'd a lot less
freaked out too.
Yeah. I'd be a lot less freaked out if it was anybody but Suzu, to be honest. It's like everything I knew just got turned upside down. I think to myself, what a wonderful world, about what I just said. I think I'm happy with that explanation. Hisao nods as though he understands, but that's only half the story. Why would Suzu be interested in me, after all? So she's into girls, sure. A surprise, to be sure. But plenty of people out there are. Why me, though? She isn't like Hisao. She's known me at my worst, not just as I am now. It's just baffling on every level.
I know this isn't what you want to hear, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be much help with this. I don't envy you, that's for sure.
I swear I'm not jealous.
Yeah, but in a way, what you're saying makes me kind of glad.
I'm glad someone's happy.
You have my full support. It's just good because that you're thinking this through. I don't think it's controversial that you could be pretty rash sometimes.
Prick. We both smile, deciding to move on. He's not wrong that he'll be of little help in my decision, but just getting this off my chest has helped a lot. With the shock wearing off, it's easier to think clearly about everything.
Are you still on for visiting Suzu's home during the holidays?
I briefly think before giving a shrug. Neither of us said anything about the visit being canceled or otherwise. I guess so?
Yeah, what a weird time for her to confess, really.
Yeah, now they're going to be like, I mean, it's the time to do it.
Hey, well, I guess. Then you're going to need this sorted out by then. Holidays start tomorrow, and Suzu deserves an answer.
It'd be even worse if she's like, no, we shouldn't date. No, let's go to the beach. I know. A deadline would help, now that I think about it. Something to force me into making a decision. I carefully go through the year's events and holidays in my head, soon coming to one that would be perfect. Tanabata soon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll have an answer by Tanabata.
That sounds good. Should I tell her that?
Sure, I'd tell her myself,
Why would you tell her that?
I'm shy all of a sudden.
I understand.
So that's my deadline. Whatever I decide, I need to be careful about how I proceed. Suzu's a fragile person, and moreover, I don't want to lose the only female friend I've ever had. She really is a troublesome girl. Doom 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 doom.
Dun, 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 dun. We did it!
Yeah! The air is pleasantly cool tonight, with a gentle breeze and cloudless sky. You couldn't ask for better weather given the occasion. The sleeves of the bright red kimono hide my missing left hand pretty well.
Oh, it's Tanabata, I guess,
That was
already.
quick. At least it's useful for something. The fact that I can barely move in this thing reminds me of why I don't like wearing them. The sandals, too, are terrible. Given the tight fabric around my legs, and the danger of putting a foot wrong and slipping out of them, there's a little option but to take dainty little steps. Clothes like this make you act ladylike, whether you want to or not. After putting Shizune and Misha through the trouble of doing my makeup for me, and helping me put on the kimono, plus paying actual money to get my hair done, Suzu would better appreciate this.
It's weird that there's not, like, any lines from the other people,
From
really.
that, yeah.
Like, Kenji was there.
Yeah, Kenji showed up.
So,
I feel like someone else was there for a little bit, weren't they?
I don't
Early
think so.
on? Maybe not. Maybe no one else talked.
I don't remember any of the other girls.
Yeah, maybe not. Just Yuko, I guess.
Yeah.
I run my hand through my hair, partly to take in the feeling of how smooth and silky it is thanks to the barber's careful work, partly to distract myself. I've taken care not to move around suddenly or work up a sweat, so everything should still look about right, hopefully. Walking down the path towards the park. Oh, there's so many people. Where we'd agreed to meet. The crowds get bigger and bigger as I near the main festivities. The scent of grilled food wafts in the air, as does the faint perfume of passing women. It's a nice atmosphere, with people cheerful and happy as
It's a
they
good
walk
candle
along the path, passing women. Brightly lit by paper lanterns and stall lights, the pavement, trees, and everything around me almost seems to glow as the multicolored lights dance off them. You light that and just, like, feel rejected.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of, like, an aromatherapy candle.
Yeah.
Makes you all stressed.
Oh, God, they're everywhere. Following the stream of festival goers, the backs of two familiar figures come into sight ahead of me, one in his dorky sweater, and the other in a cute kimono of her own.
Yay!
As I walk up to the two of them...
I know who it is!
Yeah! It's Hisao who notices me first, having glanced back to see if I was coming. He gives a smile as he taps Suzu on the shoulder to turn her around. And then we meet.
Who? Godzilla!
I open my mouth to say something, but the words catch in my throat. It takes me a couple of tries before I give up saying anything casual or witty, instead giving some pathetic excuse at my own expense. Guess I was a bit late, huh?
It's fine. Going by the looks of you, I can see why you took a while.
You're all bedraggled and gross looking.
I'd never have guessed you could be so ladylike.
Don't get used to it.
His-
Hisao snorts, but my attention soon shifts to Suzu. She simply looks at me, still silent and unassuming. With her hair carefully groomed, hands daintily pursed in front of her, and cheeks rosy, she looks like a dainty doll. It's only now that I noticed the cute little clip in her hair.
Look, she's got a cute little clip in her hair.
Oh my gosh, it's so adorable.
Every time the crowd, parts right there, it looks like the video's pausing.
I feel my chest tighten as I stare at her. Suzu's always been an oddball, but for once I feel like we have an understanding that we've never shared before. The look in those eyes could only possibly be one thing. Nobody's ever looked at me like that before. I don't know why I'm so awkward about it. This is what all the fuss over how I looked in front of her was meant to achieve. After all, despite all the time we've been friends, she's finally managed to leave me speechless. So this is how it feels to hold someone's heart in your grasp.
She does love her.
The movement of Hisao draws me back to the real world. The sounds, smells, and bright lights of the women around us suddenly re-enter in my consciousness. We both look on as he quickly turns and begins to walk away.
I'll just be on my way then.
Okay, I guess I'll go find one of the other girls.
Where are you? I'm going to run on ahead and have a poke around the festival. Enjoy
Eat
yourselves.
a bunch of fried food. He gives a churlish grin as he waves goodbye, skipping backwards with his hands in his pockets before blending into the thickening crowd ahead. It's like Homer backing into the bush, but it's a bunch of people. The sound might make for a mightily dorky Cupid, but he's done all right. I owe him for this. We both do. Threesome. And so, we're alone. I quickly begin to walk forward, or at least as quickly as the kimono's tight wrapping around my legs allows. Suzu's mouth practically quivers as she tries to work out what to say or do, but I know she's not going to come up with anything.
So how much do you like Hisao?
Right, yeah. Moving past her, I take her hand in mine as I go, not looking at her nor saying a word. She's not the only one stuck for how to act in this situation. All I know is that right now, I'm the one who has to take the lead.
So is this the first time they've talked since?
The confession, I guess so.
How many days is that?
They haven't said anything to each other. She just grabs her hand and starts walking. I don't know, it couldn't have been that long.
This is very awkward.
Hand in hand, the two of us walk side by side into the heart of the festivities. The noise and laughter levels off as we enter, with people busying themselves eating food, playing games at the stalls, and chatting with their friends and partners. Being two girls limits how intimate we can get, does it? But right now, it doesn't really matter. Just holding hands is intense for both of us.
Not when you go to the tentacle rape stand.
Exactly. What's going on here? Suzu's hand feels soft, far removed from my rough and poorly cared for skin, and her fingers lightly clutch at mine. They're warm, and only now do I notice the slight scent of perfume. Just a few days ago, we were friends.
Oh, there you go.
Yet now she acts as a love-struck maiden. Is it because she'd always held these feelings for me, or just stuffed them down until now? Or is it desperation, a frantic grasping at something precious that she feels might fly away at any moment? It's a little sad in a way. Right now she appears more fragile than ever, and it's all because of me.
It's all my fault.
I feel special. I spot a toffee apple stall
Oh, is that what that
a
is?
small distance ahead. That octopus doesn't have a single apple. It could have 8. Longing to break the silence and help the girl enjoy herself, I decide to use her sweet tooth against her.
It's got
Stab her with it.
It's got one long tentacle.
Right,
Where's
it
that
could be
going?
It could be holding an apple. No,
Right.
Whatever. Want a toffee apple? My treat. Oh, baby, you treat me so good.
Toffee apples.
This is where she should be giving me some probably deserved snark about how much I ask her for money. Instead, all she can manage is a subdued nod.
Oh.
Oh my god, they all died. I give a sigh as I lead us to the counter, taking my hand from hers to remove my purse. You pick up a few tricks after being one-handed for so long, with the stall owner raising an eyebrow at how efficiently I flick a few notes from my wallet using the same hand that's holding it.
It could rain.
I was going to say, I hate people who go up to a counter and just throw their money on the table. Just hand it to someone.
Right.
Can't say I share Suzu's taste for sweet things. So after buying one and handing it to her, I thank the stall owner and take my leave.
That's weird. Buy her one. I'm out of here.
Right?
Thanks.
It's fine. She begins to lick at her sweet, but only after reaching out her hand.
Like to lick at her sweet.
I take it without question, and the two of us continue onward. Suzu's grip is looser than before, which I count as a small victory. While I appreciate her reaction to me being all dolled up, the last thing I want for her cataplexy to play up. Besides, the calmer she is, the easier things will be.
You're always calm when you're licking an apple.
Right? As we move from stall to stall, I keep an eye out for anything that might be fun to do. Little by little, her toffee apple whittles away as we walk, the food making the silence between us a little less stressful. Yeah, it's like the least inconspicuous food you could eat. Despite my scanning around, it's Suzu who finds something first. She might not have said it, but the way her gaze lingers on a stuffed panda is unmistakable. Quick glance at the stall is sitting in shows it'll be a game involving shooting some cups arranged in a pyramid with a cork gun to win a prize. Simple enough. Wanna try it?
The gun thing?
Yeah.
You just want to shoot something, don't you?
My goo. That's more like it.
What's that mean?
Her sardonicism? Yeah. Her sardonicism, both in her voice and her expression, are for once a welcome sight. Yep, you can keep the prize, if I win one.
Yeah, it's presumptuous.
Right? Who are these poor people in this game?
It's Suzu!
They have no idea.
It's Miki, I mean.
Yeah. I drag her over to the stall and ask the owner what the prices are. Handful of yen for 3 shots is reasonable enough, so I fork over a few coins to the frail old man sitting in his tatty fold-up chair. He don't look like a frail old man. Looks like a fat child. Suzu patiently stands back as I take the gun from the counter, testing its heft and loading the cork before shaking my left arm upwards to draw the sleeve away from my stump. The owner looks more amused than shocked as I take up position, pressing the stock to my shoulder and resting the barrel on my uncovered forearm.
I don't even see any cups. Are those the
No.
cups up there? Or are those
It's just some Google Images thing they found. The stance works well at stabilizing my arm, even if I could feel the glances of a few passing people on me. Yeah, there are those guns? They are guns.
Those are guns, but I'm
What
looking
are they
up.
shooting?
Are those little things up there the
Oh,
cups?
yeah. I bet they're not cups. I bet they're like little 10 targets.
Oh, maybe.
Stance where to stabilize my... Even if I can feel the glance of a few past people on me, a tall tan girl in a bright red kimono taking aim with a bare stump where her left hand should be would look pretty weird. She's going into more detail about this than she did about the kiss.
Right.
I stabilize it. I mark my sights.
The kiss was alright.
Yeah, it's okay.
Then I kissed her. Tongue? Yeah. Nice.
Sweet. We're at time, actually.
Okay, alright.
We're at an episode, so that's a good place to stop before we see how we do. It'll be a choice on where we aim.
Yeah. The bad
All right.
ending and good
well,
ending.
at least it's good to know, like, when we do the second part of this,
Right.
the Hisao part, we just go back to that point, and it'll just instantly start the route.
That was just right into it, I guess.
I'm okay with that. I can't imagine this is too much longer, honestly.
And no, probably not. They'll go
It
to
is
her families and
If they even go, even if they even get there, it could be a situation where they do this and then they like bang it out tonight at the night of the festival.
you're just
and then
wishful
it's,
thinking.
Let me have this. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. They bang it out,
Uh-huh.
and then they're
Go
laying
on.
in bed,
Yeah.
and she's like, I do love you. Let's go meet my parents. Oh, that's gonna be quite the conundrum. And then the credits roll on a freeze frame. The studio audience claps.
I see.
That's how it's gonna end.
I believe you.
If it doesn't, I will be wrong.
Did you want to talk about Pepsi some more?
No! I'm just angry about it. Stop making new Mountain Dews. Bring back the old ones. I want Game Fuel.